Sparkle Pixie. Alright, so today I am going to continue my Scrabble game. And I'm going to do the letters. In case you missed it, this is the board that I made and the stand. Last video. I have one more stand to make. This is the board. You can see it there. It doesn't quite fit in my area of the camera, but that's the board. I am going to be making the pieces, the letters. Okay, so there's one problem I see right off the bat here. I was just testing to see what the purple would look like. And the problem is the little numbers here are so close to the edge, the little scores numbers, that I'm going to have to come back and clean it because these things have such a big tip that it's going to hit the edge every time, and I'm going to have to clean every last one of these. So I'm thinking I don't really want to do that. And so I'm trying to think what other ways I could color these. Like, you can always, well, no matter what I do, I'm probably going to have to do some cleaning. But here's my thoughts. There's two thoughts. One is we just pour it, and then we unmold them, and then we take like that little, where is it here? Where'd my little ball go? Here it is. Take this little bottle, fill it with some black colored UV resin, and I just nudge my light and my camera. 1 second. There we go. Can you still see? Okay. So we take this, fill it with UV resin with a little black, or you can even do just regular epoxy resin, fill it with a black, which is UV resin will be faster because it will, you can cure it instantly, but you'd have to have a translucent black, so it wouldn't be as black, if that makes sense, because UV resin, the light has to go through it to be able to cure it. So these are resin, so we could do that, or use epoxy resin. Could do that. That's one option. You could also paint it afterwards, so same idea, but with paint. We could try dusting it with a mica powder or something, which again would take it. Is this much? Is this a? No, that's still got a really big nib on it. So yeah, I don't know what to do. I could try dusting it, like I was about to say, with a black mica powder, but then it's going to get everywhere. I'm going to have to clean all around all the letters and all the numbers, and these are tiny. So getting in there to clean it is not going to be easy. So I think my best bet is to just pour it, fill it with white, and then flip it over, and then demold them, and then do each individual one. I've done that before with a, what's the word I'm looking for? Domino set. For the little pips in the dominoes. 1 second here. I'm going to grab this, which you can't see yet. My flashlight, my UV flashlight. It shows you how things are going to glow. So I just want to see what color this glows. Kind of an orangey color. What about this one? That one's definitely pink. Purple doesn't really glow much at all. A little bit. Alright, I'm gonna go mix up my resin. as I look at this, I'm not sure 2 ounces is going to be enough for that. I mean, we'll find out, but debating whether to put this in the bubble remover or not. Let it drip in there. Will it stay there? Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Putting it there, letting it dribble. So let's see. Let me do a quick. I got everything off the sides and bottom scraped up. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm just making sure I've got it really well mixed. Now, if I was going to be clear or anything, I'd put it in a bubble remover, but I think today we're just going to wing it. I'm going to spritz this with some alcohol just to help pop any bubbles. I probably shouldn't do the whole thing because I'm going to. So let's see if this is enough. It's going to take a while. Might speed this up a little bit for you because they're such small spaces. I don't want to overflow them. I forgot to put the glow powder in. Okay. They're not going to be glowing. How are we doing here? Well, that's less than half an ounce, so that's good. But they're not all. I think this one got a little too full, so I'm just gonna. Because I don't want to have to separate them after, right? Like, I want them full, but not joining, you know? That one could use a little bit more. Okay, yeah, so about 2 rows is 1 ounce. So I'm going to have 4 rows is about 1 ounce. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm probably going to need a little bit more. I can go over there. Go back and fill up some of these that aren't quite as full as the others. They just need a drip or 2. And then I'm gonna have to mix up a little bit more white. This one could use a little more. Oops. That was a little much. Maybe? Can we scoop a little out into its neighbor? Yeah, that worked. This one needs a drip or 2. That one can use a drip. That one can use a drip. Okay. They're mostly, you know, there's a 1 or 2 here. Like it's not going to be perfect. The resin's going to pull away a little bit as they cure, which is fine and expected. Okay, so we're just filling up a few that have not quite got enough in them, and we'll be done until tomorrow or the next day. This might take a little extra time to finish heating. I'm not going to use the heat mat because it will, because I didn't use the bubble remover. You want to keep it liquid as long as possible so that the bubbles have time to escape. Maybe tomorrow morning after it's just bendy or whatever and it's not completely done, I might put the heat mat on for a little bit tomorrow just to finish it off. But right now I didn't use the bubble remover. This particular one has a lot of bubbles in. I did help pouring like a really thin line like this does help to release the bubbles. So like any big bubbles can't exist in such a thin line, right? So thin stream of resin. So really this took pretty much the whole 3 ounces. Took 3 ounces. Because I have an ounce of clear left that I can do something fun with. Not that this isn't fun. That one's a little low. That one's a little low. And that one's a little low. That one could use a bit. That one could use a little bit. That one. That one. I think we're all pretty good there. There's like a tiny bit left. But look, there we go. Alrighty, I'm going to clean up my mess, and we'll be back when everything's dry. Tomorrow. Hello again. I am back. It's been a couple days actually, so these are all nice and definitely cured. So we'll start with I'm going to unmold the little flowers that I did. Just see how they turned out. They have a little bit of overpour on them. Not unexpected. Wow. This one's gripping really tight tonight. There we go. Did it actually just break my mold? It did. Look at that. It ripped out some of the silicone. Silicone? Well, I guess that one's crap now. Goes in the garbage. I can probably use my knife to pick out some of that silicone. That's silicone. I don't know how to pronounce anything anymore. I love the pink, and I love that rose. So, sorry, can you see what I'm doing? I'm just pulling out the bits of silicone that got stuck in there. I have never had that happen before, but that is like one of my most used molds. I love these little roses. So again, I'll have to see if I can get a replacement. But yeah, that really just does not want to come out. Well, I will fiddle with that off camera. That does not need to be done right now. Let's see, ooh, this one has quite a few bubbles on the back. Oh, that one came out interesting. Yeah, because I spritzed isopropyl on it, didn't I? Yeah. So let's see how this one came out. Lovely. Again, there's a fair bit of overpour there, but that's okay. It's easy to clean up. I like the purple. Pretty. Let's see, is that I only did the one rose? Probably did 2 roses. But I don't see the other rose here. Okay, unless that's the other rose. And there's that one. Came out pretty in pink. Got a little bubble there. It has quite a bit of overpour that is now quite hard. That one's gonna be difficult to clean up a bit, but we shall see what I can do. This one's easy. It just rips right off before you even pull it out. Of course, then a little bit stick to your gloves. Ugh, there we go. Alright, let's pull this one out. Yeah, okay, that one came out fine, so that's the purple. I do like that. Kind of a purpley gray, I guess, but those are the done. Those, whoop, bumping the camera again, sorry. Sorry. Not sure why that's sitting there. I didn't have that one in there. Nothing in there. And these are 2 kitty cats. No, bunny rabbits. They're not kitty kitty cat, they're a bunny rabbit. Ooh. A little bit of blue in it. Okay. And they are holding a little carrot. Oh, that's so cute. Again, I need to give them a little bit of an extra polish. Well, not a polish. Aw, she's got a little bow in her hair. These are the things you use to do a little painting and make them a little cute, but I haven't done that yet. I have not had time. Been a busy couple days. Alright, so on to the point of the show, as it were. The letters. So as you can see here, there's a little, I don't know if you can see that, there's a little bit of dip, like they've shrunk it back a little bit because that's what resin does. And now we can pull them out, and they're nice little tiles. But again, I did not color the letters, so we're gonna have to do that. And what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mix up a little bit of resin, and we will use a needle nose bottle and put it in there. So there's not really much to see. There's just white letters. So I'm just going to demold these, and then I'll come back when we're ready to make the letters beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to, I've got them all. I have demolded all of them. As you can see, some of them have a little bit of over pour, which is fine. It comes off really easy. Now these are so tiny, it's going to be really hard to do any sort of, what word am I? Trimming or sanding them. That would be just, ugh. But some of them I'm going to have to try. But hopefully we can get away with most of them not. Which is why I tried to fill them up as much as possible so there was as little shrinkage as possible. Yeah, this one's got quite the little edge on it. Let's see. Can I use this to pull it off? Or is that going to be... Oh, that worked really well, actually. Just a quick whoop. Sound effects, too. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do because they're really tiny. But first, what I think I should do, I am going to... Now, if you may remember, I had wanted to... Sorry, it's the cat. Checking on the cat. I had wanted to put glow powder. Woo! Brain. Work with me here. I had wanted to put glow powder into my white, but I had forgotten. When I was mixing it up, I'd forgotten. So what I think I'm going to do for the letters is I'm going to use my purple powder, and then I will add in hopefully my glow powder. So hopefully what will happen is my letters will glow. These might not, but the letters will. Like the whole tile won't, but the letter, hopefully the letters will glow in the dark. Which I think it's just going to be so cool. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough glow powder for the board, so if you watched my last video, you'll see that it's kind of a splotchy glow. Like it glows, but it's a little bit splotchy. It doesn't glow nice and evenly all over the place, but that's okay. So I'm going to mix up a little bit of resin, and I will be right back. Okay, I haven't mixed it yet, but I'm about to mix it, so I'm going to just dump in my coloring. And I'm just doing all the glow powder I got. Whatever I'm making today is going to be glowing as best as I can. I'm mixing up 2 ounces of resin because really, I can't measure less than 2 ounces in these cups, so I figured why not just go for it. Okay, and then I'm going to put some of my lovely purple in there, and hopefully everything will come through okay. because I want it dark enough that you can see it when it's daytime, but I want it to glow at night. That's my hope. Now, I'm just going to mix by hand today, because it's really hard. The paddles work best in deeper resin, so like usually 3 or 4 ounces is where I start to use it. Let's see, how's that look? I think that's gonna work out pretty well. So I'm just gonna continue stirring this, and then I will be back and we will start filling up those little letters. Okay. All right, so time to get pouring. So I'm just getting out one of my nozzle bottles. And I'm just going to gently pour this in here, or some of it anyway. Okay, about an ounce. And I'm just going to take that, wipe that off, just because. Okay, so I don't have a really big needle tip in here, so I think I might need one though. So this little set of bottles came with a few different sizes. I think I'm going to try the biggest one, which I think is a gray one here. So let's just get that out. And pop that in. And I want to be fairly quick because the, so that way, or does it pop over? Oh, it pops over the top, I think. Yeah. And then twists to lock in. Okay. So let's give this a try, shall we? And we want to go in the letters. Here's hoping it works. Okay, it's definitely going in there. This is a project that will take a while. Like, there's no rush in this. And I've done this before with the pips on a domino, but they were a little bit bigger. And my mat has a bit of a lump there at the moment. I need a new, I have them, I just need to put out a new silicone mat. This one's got a little deformed, has gotten a little bit deformed. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Oh, I think it's working, guys. So I'm not going to make you sit through this because this is going to be quite time consuming. So I will either fast forward or just cut out this bit. Okay, that definitely was, and yeah, I did not need anywhere near. I still have most of my 2 ounces left, but I didn't think I would need that much, obviously. I knew I would not. I knew I was making up way too much. It's just really hard to mix up small, tiny amounts of resin. So I figured I'd just make 2 ounces and go with it from there. This E is still a little bit. So now we just have to wait for these to dry tomorrow, and our letters are done. I am going to grab a mold. Going to try and make. So you need to. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to try and give her a gold one as best as I can. And maybe some gold on her mane. That's her ear, but that's okay. Maybe some little gold on her ear then too. And a little gold. I'm sorry, I'm probably where you can't even see it, what I'm doing. Because I don't really want to get this over the letters, and yeah, small workspace. You're going to hear that a lot. Okay. Blow it out a little bit. I don't mind if there's a little extra gold in random places, that's fine. And I'll take this off. Now, you can just throw this away. Just throw this away if you want. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and pour a little of my isopropyl alcohol in there and wash it around a bit. And I'll clean it up a bit better once I'm done with this. Now, what I do with this one is, again, it gets lots of bubbles under the chin. I don't know, does she take more than 2 ounces? I don't know. Because she's not quite halfway. So anyway, sorry, you can't even see. What I usually do is fill it up to the chin, and then I find if I put it through my bubble remover at that point, it tends to come out better. Let's see if I can. And does it really fit in there? Yeah, it's not really going to pull anything out. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, can you see over here? Yes, you can. I'm going to pour some of this in here. Some isopropyl alcohol. Take this, put it back on. I'll try and get all that, as much of that resin out of there as I can. And it's more the needle that I'm worried about than the jar itself, because it can, you know, any resin in there might just, yeah, I think that's okay. I think that will be usable again. Let's get a little more resin in here, see how far that goes. It's going to be a glow in the dark. Yeah, I don't think that's enough. Oh yeah, maybe. You see there's a bubble right, I don't know if you can see it, but right there. So yeah, maybe I will put her through the bubble remover. We had a little accident there. I filled her a little too full and she overflowed a wee bit. So I have a bit of a mess to clean up. not that bad. Not too bad. Alright, I'm not sure that we're going to have quite enough to fill it up. I don't know, we'll have to see. Especially now that I spilt some. I mean, every drop helps. Oh, no, don't do that. Sugar spot. Well, alright, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Crisis mostly averted. I think we'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. Okay, I'm just gonna let this dry and cure, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Okay, the tiles are all dry, and as you can see, they're nice and purple. Can you see that? Is it focusing on that? Maybe? Anyway, so there's some that have a little bit of overpour here, so I'm just doing what I have to remove the overpour. I'm not going to make you sit through all this. And I hope you can't hear the dishwasher going in the background, but so just remove any overpour. And then because these edges are really sharp, for each tile, I'm just doing a quick swipe on the emery board and then dusting it off. And then I have this little bag here, and I'm just popping the tiles back in there, the finished completed ones. And so I'm not going to make you sit through all of these because there's 100 tiles. But there was one other thing I wanted to show you was as I'm doing these, you notice the dust from the resin is getting stuck to the emery board, which is fine. That's what it's for, right? That's what happens when you sand things. That means it's working. So, but that corner's a little, there we go. I also don't want that dust spread all over my house, right? So what do you do? So I was thinking about it, and I'm going, you know, and see, it builds up fairly quickly too. Like I've done 3 tiles, and so I just grabbed my packing tape, and I've used this one a little bit already, and I just pop it on there, and the dust sticks to the packing tape. And then when you're done, you can just fold up the packing tape, and all that dust gets stuck in there. It's all stuck to itself a little bit. It doesn't stick very well at the moment because, you know, I've just put a bunch of dust on there. But you can seal it all up, and that's all my dust from my packing tape is on. It's all my dust from sanding, and it just goes in the garbage, and that keeps it out of your house. There's no dust on here, and then I just keep going. So every few I just do that, and we're good. So I'm just going to unmold this little lady, and then it'll just be showing you pictures of how things turned out. Let's see. Okay, this one's hard to get out, so I'm just going to spritz a little isopropyl down there. And then we kind of massage it all over, and it kind of breaks that seal that the resin has. You can also use soapy water if you have a spritz bottle of soapy water. That works too. Though honestly, like, I don't have room for that at my table. Sorry, I'm trying to massage this thing. And so we just pull the little tail out there. There we go. You squeeze, and it just kind of pops out once that seal is broken, hopefully. Just pull that, pull back. There we go. There's our little unicorn lady. And she has a few bubbles under her chin, unfortunately, because I didn't get to finish because it spilled over. I didn't get to finish her in the bubble remover, but anyway, so I will finish sanding my tiles, and then I'll show you the finished. I'll put some pictures on there, and hopefully see you next time. Bye. Don't forget to spread a little sparkle and be kind to yourself and others. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Help this channel grow.